Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone is doing amazing on this beautiful Monday morning. I have spent a lot of time trying to plan my next move, and there's been a lot happening. So, I wanted to share with you briefly something pretty funny, which is that I have taken the steps to hire a video team to come in and do a two-camera shoot today as I start recording all of my curriculum and my classes and getting my portal up. And it's just been such a great journey to get to this point. And I had all this in place today and then literally knocked myself unconscious this morning. So this morning, I like wrote out my intention for the day. I've got a passion planner, right? And I had literally gone in here and said, here's the plan of attack for today. Got everything calendared out for the week. I've got my focus on getting these courses done. And then, unbeknownst to me, the shower head comes, flying off the wall into my head. You can't see it because I've tried to cover up, but you can see that my forehead is pretty bruised, and I've got this really lovely cut across my face. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it really hurt, and actually it still hurts right now. And it just goes to show you, you can have the plan of attack, you can have everything in place, you can have the people, you can have the setup, you can have every single thing dialed in, and your week is like, everything is about today. And then you go, oh my gosh, these are the videos that are gonna kind of live on, right? As I build these courses, and is this what I wanna do? I mean, I think you can see I'm pretty bruised, but I sat about and I thought about it, and I was a little nervous to do everything. And then I thought, okay, well, this needs to happen. I need to move forward. But I'm like, I don't want the videos that are associated with the launch to be associated with like this thing in my face. And it was just a whole thing. So, we ended up having to push it off a couple of days, and I had to reshape my day. And I was thinking that this must happen to a lot of us. The joke is with diets, we start and we say, we're going to do Monday, and then someone brings donuts, and then it goes to hell. And in this type of situation, I made a significant investment in having, these people come in to help me, and then doing a FaceTime and then being like, what is wrong with your face? Because my thought process is if it wasn't noticeable, I was just going to charge through it, right? I have some glasses I could put on, we'd figure it out. But that wasn't the case. And I think that most of us have experienced this, where we have a plan of attack. We're very clear about what we want to do. We've gathered the resources and we've put them into place, only to have like everything kind of collapse, almost like domino effect, right? Like one thing affects another thing, affects another thing. So I kind of looked at it and I said, listen, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me, right? Maybe there's something that I need to relook at or rework, or maybe it's just the universe's way of telling me not to put so much pressure on myself. And I do put a significant amount of pressure on myself. I think in my business, it's really hard as a strategist, because when you look at the deliverables that you churn out for people, a lot of people assume that social media is really simple, right? So they'll look at something and they'll go, oh, I went social media. And then I'll say, okay, like what platforms? How do you want to create content? How do you want to devise a strategy that makes sure that we're positioning you in the best way possible, right? And I think that I make the mistake of doing a lot of the work and not letting people see that all of these things are interdependent. And so for myself, today, like I said, having the shower head hit me in the face, my head hit back, I've got a lump in I was supposed to do nothing today except record videos for my courses. That's literally all I was supposed to do all day long. And that is totally derailed, and I could be super self-defeated. And for a matter of fact, for about 5-10 minutes, I was in a total I was not great, right? I was pissed, I was angry, I was, crying, weeping, like whining. And then I'm like, dude, there are people with real problems right now. So all this means is I get more time to perfect and make sure that I have the right things. And then I was able to connect with someone that I wouldn't have been able to connect with because I would have been recording all day long. So again, I think sometimes things are responsible for that initial gut thought. My initial gut thought this morning was, well, obviously pain, because my face literally hurts. My second was just to make fun of it. I mean, if you go to my Instagram, it's at Marissa SD. There's a full-on picture, and I have all these grooves in my forehead from the shower head. So I think you can lean into all of the obstacles, or you can lean into the opportunity. And the opportunity is today I get to work with a couple of people one-on-one and availability, and we're going to do that instead. And maybe that's what needed to happen first, and maybe the pressure that I was putting on myself was too much and I wasn't going to be good on camera, which is also a possibility. So I think if there's anything that I've learned, right, this morning, is that we can have the best plans and the best process, and then stuff just throws us curveballs, right? We've had a lot of people and a lot of clients that we've been working with that were really jamming in January, right? Like we were ramping up, we had things going, February hit, and it was like everything stopped. And now it's not about it stopping, it's just about rethinking it and having it come differently and in waves. And so what I would encourage everyone to do is to, thanks Todd, yeah, I think sometimes we have to lean into what are we learning from this situation? What can we take away? How do we adapt? You know, and luckily for me, I have really kick-ass vendors. You know, first of all, the fact is like I do try to use humor to like get myself out of a funk, right? So if I looked at it originally as like, oh my God, this sucks, it's so stupid, right? Like I'm not curing cancer, right? Or coronavirus. I'm not doing that. But also the ability to just laugh at yourself and look in the mirror and be like, cool, like how much, and I think you can kind of tell I've got like these lumps across my face. I mean, I was out like cold. And to his credit, you know, my husband, such an amazing guy, came in, went and grabbed, like took care of me. And I realized that I don't let people, whether they're my husband or my family, take care of me. My friends, partners, or colleagues. I don't allow people to take care of me. And in the past like hour and a half, I've had nothing but people reaching out to offer help and assistance. And you guys, I'm fine, right? Like it's gonna be fine. There are so many other things that we can be focusing our time on. And if we could only lean on that opportunity through the obstacle, we'd be okay. But it's really hard when you're in a crappy mindset, right? Like I was ready. Monday, I was gonna punch you in the face. And literally, I feel like Monday punched me in the face. And I think if there's anything that you've learned from the most ridiculous live stream ever is that there is an opportunity in every obstacle that you encounter. That being said, we have some amazing free trainings coming up. Sarah Pugh, she's coming in to help us she's such a sales guru. She's just got some really killer strategies. And my thought process was, why not bring everybody into the Entrepreneurs Unite group so that you guys can really, really kind of get some help. So there is a phone number on the bottom of the screen. You can text this phone number any question you have about marketing or sales or business. And in the Micropreneurs Unite group, we are answering questions weekly for free. We're doing live case studies. We are actually diving in with people live. And instead of just like throwing up and being a talking head, we're making it hyper interactive. I feel like it is my responsibility as a business owner in the community, not only to give back, but to actually give you the real scoop on how to do some of these things. Some things are super cumbersome. And for some of you guys, you might be the best attorney or baker or insurance rep, right? Or wealth manager. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be the best marketer or have the best strategies for growing your business. And so what we thought is this is a way for us to kind of have like a date to marry a relationship in business. You can come into the group for free. We'll give you opportunities to teach or self-promote. And we follow a model that's called 95-5, which is 95% of everything that you bring to the group has to be of value with 5% ask. So my thought process is go ahead and text any question to that phone number. We'll get those questions. We'll answer them in that Micropreneurs Unite group. And again, it's Micropreneurs Unite. If you text us, we can send you a special link for that. My thought process is, hey man, I had gone into the week and I thought I was going to punch Monday in the face. Monday punched me back pretty hard, as evidenced by this lovely situation going on here, but I'm not going to stop. So if there's anything that you can take away from this is, number one, don't stop. Number two, keep going. Number three, thanks for that, Todd. Lean into the opportunity, right? Like, we can sit here and whine about why, you know what, there are real problems happening right now. So I'm not going to do that. But I am going to encourage anybody to think, you know, the next time something happens that doesn't go your way, instead of getting stuck, because it's really hard. That first thought is our reptilian part of our brains. It's the part of our brains that tells us, well, it's not going to work, blah, blah. You know what? Like, literally, all I learned today was that I can have the best plan. It can screw up. And sometimes I need help. And the universe put me in a position to be vulnerable and ask for help, and I got it. So if that's what you learned this morning from watching my live stream, I'm great. Hopefully it helped maybe reaffirm a thought that you have. And also, like, thanks, Sarah. And also, you know, depending on partners and colleagues, right? Sarah and I were kind of like, I joke, like a little bit of a coronavirus partnership, right? We had been introduced a couple, like 6 months ago. We'd interacted. It wasn't like a positive or negative interaction. We just didn't have any context. And through the past few months, getting the opportunity to see how she works and getting the opportunity to see like how she does things, I've learned so much about sales and prospecting. And so, you know, it just made sense for me to say, like, come into this group and share your genius, right? That's her genius zone. And my genius zone is just finding really cool people and looking at things and being like, hey, these are the people you need in your corner to be successful. So my hope again today is that you come, you text this phone number, and we will actually send you an invite to the group, or you can find it. It's Micropreneurs Unite. And someone just asked, what is a micropreneur? Okay, so a micropreneur, okay, in my opinion, is like a company, maybe you have 5 or less people, or maybe you're a solopreneur and you have a bunch of freelancers that work for your company, and you have big ideas, but not like a ginormous budget, but you don't have all the resources to make that happen. Our goal is to give you those resources. Our goal is to give you those tools. Again, the live case studies, I think, are going to be the coolest thing ever, because we just deconstruct a business live. So there's no like smoke and mirrors or, you know, any of this. Like, I am not a guru, right? I'm not going to teach you how to build a 7-figure business overnight. What I'm going to teach you is it can take up to a year to get a certain amount of traction where you're relevant. No marketer is going to tell you that. Like, nobody on the market's going to tell you that. But obviously, like anything else, you can get to the front of the line through different strategies, tools, and budget. So I hope you'll join us. Hope you learned something today. And just remember, you know, you can go into the week and want to punch Monday in the face, and sometimes it'll punch you back. So that's all I've got to say about that. Bye.